right, you are watching the Jade Dragons team check-in, joined by the boys here, and we are talking about oysters, and how Sam loves them. I think is what we determined here.
Yeah, they're good.
Do you need me to slide in here on this?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
So it's less about how much he loves them, it's
Yeah.
more just about how many he has. Sam has an oyster farm, and he just takes care of them.
Mike's allergic, so he doesn't come,
Yeah.
which
Right.
is a little rude, because I offered.
And the oysters miss me.
Wait, do you actually have an oyster farm?
Yeah.
I could. I bet I could.
bro.
I could invest in that.
What, you don't got an oyster farm?
See, I'm being got right now because I have no idea what's happening. This is an inside joke between the Jazz
No, it's-
Dragons.
this started like
You just get
this
it,
started
whatever
like
it says
3
on there,
minutes.
just get it started because it's gonna
Oysters
devolve.
was one of the things that I had written on here.
Well, you can check it off
Look,
now.
devolving is fantastic. I sat with the Olympus bolts, and God knows what we were talking about after about 10 minutes. So if we're devolving, we're devolving. That's okay. J-Mac actually wanted me to ask, did somebody say brownies and fudge are the same thing a moment ago? Or
No
did-
shot. Someone said that.
No.
They're fundamentally different.
You can have a fudge brownie, then they're the same, right?
No, they're combined at the hip.
What if you pack fudge?
Our mics are live. Fineokay knows that. Okay, good. So we cleared that up. Brownies and fudge are different.
Mustard.
J-Mac was nervous that somebody. Jesus Christ. Oh, my mic's live too. I can't say that. J-Mac wanted me to confirm that everyone knew that those were two different things.
Yeah.
So we're good. We checked that off. Go ahead.
Unless they're fudge brownies.
Yeah, so most of the time.
That's just not true.
Yeah, I disagree
But
with Sam.
you
but that's what
agree
he
that
said.
it's a fudge brownie?
Yeah, but why would you call it a fudge brownie if they're in different things? You would just call it a brownie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or fudge.
Right.
Or
Good
fudge
God.
with a
That would
brownie?
It's like
Like
it's like the whole Taco
interchangeable.
Bell. Like, is it a sandwich or is it a taco? You guys seen those
Well,
commercials?
they have a sandwich.
Yes,
now.
and it's
I
clearly
know.
a taco.
I think
Yeah, agreed.
I'm actually leaning.
It's not even close.
No way you're going to say it's a sandwich.
Well, like, okay,
It's one
a
thing.
hot dog's a sandwich, right? We can agree.
No, man. It's a
Well, I've thought about it a lot.
I think you got to
okay.
you got to
We
get
need
to
to
the
go back
core
to
on
the
this.
lab.
What makes a sandwich?
Bread.
Bread, and it's close.
Something in between.
Can it be one piece
Wait, hold
of
on.
bread?
Hold on. Is it?
Yeah, it can be.
Can you have like an ice cream sandwich? There's no
You
bread in
can
that.
actually have one piece
Okay.
of bread as a sandwich.
And kind of. I don't know.
It's an
I-
ice cream sandwich,
Listen
right?
to my take on
Yeah.
this. Okay, you guys ready? What's the point
That's
of
definitely
language,
a
right?
possibility.
It's to understand each other. Nobody in their right mind is ever going to go to a store or like a deli or be like, can I get a sandwich? And they'd be like, what kind of sandwich? You say a hot dog.
Agreed.
They're going to be like, you're an idiot, right? Nobody's going to be like, that's we don't do that.
That's a good point.
So language
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
solves it.
Doesn't matter.
Right, but
Doesn't
what's your
matter to me.
stance? What's your stance?
I don't. Nope.
Okay, if you get a sub, right?
taco.
If you get a sub,
You get a sub.
that's like the same
Right, it
thing
might
as
be
a hot dog
attached.
bun, you know?
Might be attached at the back.
And you're calling
right?
that a sandwich all day.
Yeah, but you don't know a sub. It could be a submarine. It could be a submarine.
Okay.
See, language is pretty complicated.
Yeah.
So you think it's
problem.
easy,
Whenever
but
he tilts his head, he gives you a little side wink. You know it's
So you
coming.
guys get that as a team as well. There's a thing that Mifflin's been doing here recently where he'll look at you with his hands together like this, and he kind of.
You know something's coming.
And I know he's just about to say something stupid. And we pulled Tristan. Right, it might not be stupid. By his standards, it's correct, and you know maybe a hot dog is a sandwich in his eyes. He'll say something like that. We pulled in Tristan, one of our video guys, and Mifflin goes, "What do you think I'm about to do?" And he did this, and Tristan goes, completely unknowing what we were just talking about. He said, "You're about to say something completely stupid to me," and Mifflin shattered there on the moment. Do you guys have communication issues as a team? I mean, it doesn't seem like you do. It seems like everything is pretty fluid here. You're able to discuss hard-hitting topics, whether it's
Yeah.
Life.
life.
We could get into that if you'd like.
sometimes the solar rotations aren't called very well, but
Yeah.
says that.
So that's on. So Fino needs some
Yeah.
in-game
Okay,
communication
yeah.
help.
It
Well,
has nothing to do with my ability
Yeah.
to
Whether or not they're called.
hear that it's coming.
See,
you
that's
know?
more of a technical issue because I think Tyler just needs to turn up his game or his volume on his computer.
Could be.
Well, I usually have Alec low because he's just talking about.
He says so much
Yeah.
stuff. It's
Yapping
like,
away.
he's like, I'm winning my lane really hard.
Can we invade
And he
here?
just says
Can we
that
do anything?
for
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Guys, their
Right.
soul laner has 3 physical defense items. Sam, you want a gank?
We could try.
My favorite.
Is anyone a VGS spammer? Like instead, like passive aggressively, like something happens and you're like,
in like comp or
sure. Like if you guys are all 5 playing together,
I use VDS pretty
I
often.
love VGS.
Yeah.
yeah.
It depends on the skin though.
In comp settings, like sometimes you get a random one.
Yeah. I'm a VGS like context pinger, you know, like over the wall, like the big ping. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like V and then click with your mouse?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I do that all the time. That's not
Yeah.
VGS.
Yeah.
But like, if somebody dies to something stupid, like in game, like in an
No.
SPL match,
You rock cancel
Awesome.
that.
right? Any of those?
Awesome.
Maybe on, like,
Maybe a curses.
enemy missing from like his side, like he'll spam it sometimes.
Yeah,
Or I'll spam it.
Yeah.
I'll put enemy missing just because, like Tyler said, and I do have that.
Right, the calls are there. They've got to be there.
Or I'll spam help and ping
Trying to get
totem.
better.
I do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
Max does do that.
Well, fine. I mean, you got such a high totem of coup control rate, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's the highest of all time.
That's crazy.
Cool, is it
I feel like
really?
is that
Well,
actually
that's-
true?
Just all
I think
time.
so.
I'm throwing you a bone here. It might be.
I think it is.
How many
I
times
think
are,
I think you are right.
I swear so many times Max will be like, can we get totem? And you're like, you literally have it. Like, you just go to your tower.
Yeah, because that's a bad game design.
You think we're at our tower? No shot. No shot.
Well, that's why you guys have kept you three, and then you guys have you've been with him for so long just because of the totem of coup control.
Exactly.
Rate, right?
Well, I'm not.
He's
I don't.
lucky that was him.
I keep telling him. I keep telling him I don't care about Q, but I care about this guy. Like, just quit whining, man. I'm just tired of it.
We have
I
to get it,
can't
otherwise
play
we
if I
can't
don't
even
agree.
play.
Panda's whining?
Max
Yeah.
will literally go tainted plus Jotun's 1. He'll be like, guys, I really need totem. Like, he really have no way to sustain.
Yeah, is
Yeah,
that the
but
move
To be
nowadays?
fair, I
Yeah.
preface it with like, will you get totems?
Yeah, like
I'm like, will you get totems? He's like, maybe, and then I go it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm like against RDO. He's like, I'm gonna go it anyway.
And you prioritize picks and bans purely around the ability to get
We used
totems.
to
Don't
one
give
way.
that
I
away.
mean, you used to do that a bit.
Season 6 we
Yeah,
did.
when
Yeah.
Dorm was
Yeah.
really
Kabam
OP.
is out there sweating.
Season
like,
6, like
Yeah.
season 6, like Hebo mid was meta, and it would
Yeah.
go all the
And I
time.
needed totems.
So we would only pick Hebo if we knew we were getting totems,
Yeah.
and if we didn't get the
You do that
totems,
with, like,
we'd
Hell
say,
as
Alec,
well.
do you
kinda
know
miss-
why you're on the team?
I kind of miss those days.
That's what PK used to do. They went Horus Osiris, and they would run at you and then just get every totem, and
Yeah.
you'd lose the game from the mana sustain.
sounds like Ku's kind of OP, guys. I don't know. We're
Yeah,
getting
it
is.
down to
You're
something
getting
here.
it.
I am curious. At the very, this didn't take very long for you guys to start, not in this interview, well, in this interview too, but in the year in general, start memeing a little bit. What's the story of the Jazzberry Jammers? Who came up with that? Mike immediately jumps to its side.
So Jazzberry is kind of a me thing. It's sort
Okay.
of a cosmic gumbo of different colors here.
Sure.
Well, it's
It's
literally just the color.
Well, no, it's Jazzberry and it's jam. Okay, it's kind of a tango.
I feel like Jazzberry's a
Jams?
color and jam is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds
What's
like a
the
lot of
difference between-
hoopla.
Okay, look, the actual thing is that
Okay.
there's like hex colors, right? Like digital like colors. There's like a
Yeah,
hex
it's
code.
literally the name of the color.
Yeah, there's a hex code. Yeah, and the hex code for our color is Jazzberry Jam. And I thought that name rocked so hard that you just have to use it in our branding. So people are getting jammed.
True.
Sometimes we're getting jammed. You know, there's Jazzberry everywhere. It's
What would you say?
It is
Jazzberry.
a lot of places.
What
Get
would you
it
say the
off of me.
percentage of jamming to getting jammed is for you guys?
Uh,
What determines what's the jam threshold?
So we
When does it become a jam?
so we still have top scientists.
We're
around the
riding a
country.
thin line here. We really
No, we're
are.
talking about Jazzberry. We're talking
Agreed, no.
about Jazzberry Jam.
Of course, that's
Listen,
what I'm saying.
I
between
had a
Jazzberry
couple
and jam.
videos earlier in the year, and I felt like people weren't really understanding what I said when I was talking about getting jammed,
Yeah, a
Jazzberry
lot of
Jam.
people didn't
They
get
were
it.
trying to take it out of context, make it something it's not.
Right, now we can clear the air.
Right, yeah, I'm trying to just clear the air. Jazzberry Jam is just, it's a color, and it's more than anything, it's a mindset, you know?
Yeah.
So,
And you don't want to be jammed.
no, you don't want to be jammed. But if
People
you
keep
get
saying
jammed-
they want to be
no,
jammed.
no, hold on, because I've had that a lot. People keep tweeting at me, they're like, oh my God, Mike, like,
Right, you
I
put
wish
the
you,
mustache
yeah, they're
back
like, I
and
wish
watch.
you would jam me. Like, can I please get jammed? I'm like, no, you can't get jammed. If you were in the SPL, I'd jam you all day. It'd be free. It'd be free.
But you wouldn't like it.
No, they wouldn't like it. They wouldn't want to be
Yeah,
jammed.
it's not a good thing.
Right,
Yeah,
it's
no,
like
it's
a
a bad
17.5
thing.
minute
Right, like
win.
for example, the Bolts this past weekend, we jammed them. You know, just
And they
straight-
didn't like it.
Straight front line and center, we jammed them.
And then
There
we
was no
got-
questions
and
about
then
it.
We got jammed by Leviathan.
Yeah, by the
And we didn't
Leviathans.
like it.
And
Yeah.
we didn't like
No,
it.
it
There
was
you
not
go.
nice.
What was that last one? Leviothans?
The Leviathans.
Is that like a Harry Potter
Leviosa.
spell?
Yeah, it's like it's a cosmic gumbo of the two.
That's a good term, by the way.
I'm
You should-
so
you should stick
sorry.
with Cosmic
I'm
Gumbo.
so sorry.
Hashtag, well, I don't know, I guess pound A50B5E is your hex color.
Heck yeah.
So,
I remember that.
Take that to the bank.
throw that
I'm gonna
in
get
there.
that tattooed on my bicep.
B5, 6,
You know what this
7.
team gives off to me? You give off a lot of, I think you should leave energy. And this is something
That
that,
was my fault.
that Aggro made me watch. Have you guys all been indoctrinated into
I don't know if Max has.
Not Max.
I'm not a show
He's
watcher.
clean.
No. But the rest of you,
He's never
yes.
seen a show.
Yeah.
Are you guys as big? So you three. I mean, look, Mike.
My brain's been crippled.
Right. It's been
I
crippled.
watched a lot of clips of it, but I've never watched actual episodes. I'm more of a Key and Peele referencer.
Sure.
Good show.
I reference a lot of Key and Peele.
That's just unfair because Alex is just a referencer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
Max
Do you
says,
speak in references?
Yes,
Max
dude,
thinks,
yes.
dude, Max
He
thinks,
says something and then I'm like, and he's like,
it's because
where's that from? Where's that from?
No, it's because the only thing Max can reference is like Fortnite or
Yeah.
TikToks, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I'll
Classic.
reference like a movie from like, I don't know, 2005.
A
and be
picture.
Like,
He
I wasn't
hasn't
even
seen
born.
it,
Well, I was
yet.
5 years old. What do you want me to watch it?
Right.
What? You can't watch it? I watched movies from like the 60s. I wasn't even
Was it in
alive.
black and white? I can't watch that.
I mean, I could, but I haven't.
Max is like, yeah, Finding Nemo is way before my time. Like,
I've seen
Graphics are terrible on it.
Honestly.
Is it Aggro who dies on the hill that Finding Nemo is the saddest Disney movie of all time?
That sounds like an
I
aggro
think it is
take.
him.
yeah.
Well, Up is Pixar, right? And Up is much sadder.
Right.
It's
Yeah, what
Disney
do we-
Pixar, isn't it?
I don't know if I buy into.
Wait,
to
Pixar's
Nemo.
owned by Disney, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it is.
Disney Pixar.
Nemo's
But
like.
Pixar is a
fine,
different
like-
animation.
Was
studio.
anything even
Nemo
sad?
is like Nemo's
No.
wildly sad.
That's just nature.
At the beginning.
Yeah.
You can't
Right, and
be
it's
sad
just
about
a-
the
it's-
circle of life.
What was it? A barracuda's the thing that showed up early? I don't know what the actual fish was, but whatever
It was a
did the eating at the
predator
beginning.
of sorts.
Yes.
Fish-like predator, yeah.
Yeah.
It went back to its family, right? Later on, you didn't get to see that part.
Well, we
of
didn't even know
Finding
if
It
Nemo,
had
right?
it had to do it.
It had.
It had to do what
There's
it
lots
did.
of mammals in the sea. It could have been a mammal.
So we're all agreeing that
We're not
Up
sure.
is more sad than Finding Nemo.
Yeah,
at this
of course it is.
point. I think that's.
I've
fair.
only seen pieces of Up.
You're kidding.
Okay.
Yeah, the only-
you
the
can never
Is
call
that
me.
true?
The only,
How does that work?
No, I've seen the whole thing, but it's like, you know how in school, like towards the end of
What?
Okay,
No,
look.
I've only
No,
seen
listen,
pieces.
listen. You know how
Well,
in school
the
at the end of the
whole
year when you are like through your like classes, they'll just show you movies like in like middle school or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, right. Like you're almost done with your.
Yeah,
your
exactly.
stuff.
So they would like show like chunks of a movie, but the teacher didn't know how to work the clicker on the tube machine. So they're just like skipping like 20
The
minutes
tube
at a
machine.
time.
This is back in 2005.
The
with
VHS.
Yeah,
You're skipping
When
it
they
while you're
roll it
watching?
in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
You know
roll it in,
classes
and they're
give when
just
they're in the
skipping like
big
20
black
minutes,
car that
and
rolls in
I
with
just
the
have never
TV.
watched Up since because it's ruined. I know like
How are they
gaps.
skipping it?
They suck with the clicker.
I think he's
And what no
From
one
data-
was like,
I
what are you
can't believe
doing?
that.
Like,
No,
you're
we
skipping
were all
movie?
we were all on our
Wait, what do you guys
phones.
call
We
it?
didn't
Is
care.
it a clicker?
Of
remote
course.
Control?
Yeah.
Kids these days.
Channel
I know.
changer?
So buried in
It's
it.
Honestly, all.
We called it the channel changer.
What?
Yeah.
No
I
way.
say pass me the clicker. I say clicker.
Yeah, yeah. That's
I
like
say
a more.
remote.
I think that's a more northern thing.
I've
Yeah.
never heard anyone say clicker.
I say remote
Yeah.
for sure.
You say remote?
Are you from
Yeah.
Ohio?
I mean, I lived there until I was like 5, so I'm really
Okay.
from
Sure,
Atlanta,
yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
My parents are from Boston, so if they raised me a certain way, that's probably where the northern
Gotcha. Okay, that
tendencies.
makes sense. Yeah, yeah.
Channel changer. That's what it is.
That's what
Oh,
it does.
Well, it does more than
If
just
there's a
change
wrong
channels.
answer,
Yeah, what about the volume?
actually, what's
Yeah,
the
what about
point
the
of
volume?
language?
Yeah, do you have a
right?
channel changer and a volume changer? You got two hands?
Or is it
Some
just
people
based
do
on
if you
the
have a
mood?
sound
Well,
bar
it's just
beneath
about
your
what
TV.
Yeah,
what's most
yeah,
important
that's fair.
about it. Well,
Whoa.
changing the channels.
No.
That's true.
No, the volume could be horrible.
Yeah, but you're
Change the channel
So
all
if
you
you're
want,
just,
but if you
you're
can't
just
hear it, what are
naming
you doing?
things by their
This is
by
semantics.
what the most important thing
I'm-
they do
this
is
is
we'll just call it your
semantics.
totem getter.
That's true.
What's everyone's
I'm fine
name? In
with
the
that.
event that everyone is named after the most important thing they do in an SPL game of Smite, what's everyone's name?
Carry.
The carrier.
You've been Fino's totem getter.
Yeah, totem
You're
getter.
What are we
the get
naming
first blood or
Sam?
get
Wait,
first
Hurry's
blood.
the
Yeah.
easiest one. Portal giver.
Yeah, that's
true.
fair.
I think I'm the hardest one. Or you and I don't know what I would be.
I don't know. What's Sam?
Yeah,
Sam's the wild
Sam's
card.
the
No,
intern.
Sam's the
Sam's
wild
intern.
card.
I'm not inting.
No, sometimes Sam. No, Sam is
We're
either.
Space
making
creator.
Space, bro.
Okay, space creator.
Space
But
creator.
Mike's making
Sam's-
space.
No,
like-
I got to be the space creator here.
Yeah, but you're not dying as much as me.
Yeah, no, that's because I do it better.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I don't
space
think so,
creator
dude.
doesn't
I'm
get
way
to die.
tankier. So
I've already made the space, then you're just taking what I made. Like, what's that?
no
So
way.
he's the taker,
Yeah.
space taker.
Oh, a taker is good for supports this year for
Space
sure.
taker and a space creator. Yeah, we need both of those.
Yeah.
What am I?
What about
Yeah,
You're
you
the
can't
win
just create it and
condition,
not
one
take
way or
it.
the other.
What? for my
I
team
could
or
be
the
the
I'm a
win.
taker. I'm a space creator.
You're
I'm trying to
onto
sing that song.
Turn his mic
You're
off.
onto something now.
I'm a midnight. Okay. Max is the rocketer.
The Rocketeer.
The big
Rocket
rocket
Man?
The leaf.
Yeah, the Rocket Man. 'Cause he rockets in.
Rocket
I'm the
Man.
Dawn.
Yep.
There you
The
go.
Dawn.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Oh,
even know
it's
that
skin.
song. Wasn't born yet.
Right.
I don't think we're any of us.
What are the age gap? Because I genuinely don't know between all you guys. Who's the oldest here?
Tyler, then Sam.
Yeah.
Barely. I mean, I'm not that old, right?
Look, you're sitting up nice and straight in that chair. Your lower back's got to be in good shape. if you're-
And I'm almost as tall as you, obviously, as you can tell.
The adjustability of these Maxnomic chairs cannot be
Where could they
underestimated.
buy one of these bad boys if they wanted to?
You're doing my job. Well, he was a caster back in the. You casted once, and
Oh, yeah, I
did
was-
you get fined for that?
I casted a few times. I
got
got
fined?
fined. I got fined.
They didn't get fined.
They were fines, threatened multiple times, but they decided I was too nice.
I was gonna say, you came in and did them a favor, and you're getting fined? I don't know.
What exactly did you? I'm just kidding.
Can I actually say it?
No.
Yeah, go for it.
You cannot say. You can. You
Give
can
me a list
paraphrase.
of words I can't say. Wait, can I say
Cannot
this
say where to.
that one, and then you got the rest of it?
They can't see the computer.
Yeah, I'm asking you.
That?
Yeah.
No, you can say B. Maybe
Okay.
you can
No,
say the
then-
letter B.
no, we'll
then.
just drop it. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Drop
move
it, move on.
Yeah.
You said bad things, I guess, is my point.
Yeah.
As the oldest, do you feel like you're the wisest on the team? Do you feel like you have to corral all these young guns? And do you feel out of your depth
Yes.
sometimes with that?
I mean, it's a constant battle, isn't
Yeah.
it, with the kids?
I'm the most mature one
They
on the
need to
team.
be fed. They need to be.
No shot. You're the.
I
most
want to make sure
mature.
that doesn't go under the radar.
shouldn't.
You just
No
said he's
shot.
the
You're
most-
the most mature.
I am.
No.
No, dude.
In a lot of ways.
No, man.
Well, there's a lot of different types of maturity.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
Emotional maturity,
Physical.
intelligence.
You can't even
maturity.
keep your cat off the
intellectual
keyboard
or
during screens.
intelligence. You
Why?
think?
That's a
That's
mature thing
semantics
to
at
do.
that
Let
point.
him
It is what it
have
is.
his life.
No. Wrong.
It'd be immature for me to kick him off my desk.
That's just mean to the cat.
Yeah.
You're like pausing the game as you're Thor.
I'm not.
He pauses
In a
and
scrim.
F6s it at the same time. He's like, "Oh, my cat did both."
He does. He loves
And
leading.
then we don't ask the other team if they're ready, and we Thor dunk on them.
Okay. That did happen.
So we're agreeing that he's the most.
Yes,
mature
everybody
on the
agrees.
team.
No.
No, not
Nobody
even
agreed to
close.
that.
No.
Okay, I'm the second oldest, and I'm way more mature
What's
than
more,
Tyler.
I
There
got
cannot
a
be
cat.
another thing.
This guy just keeps joking all day.
I'm not even. I'm
You
the
are
most
the least
serious on the
mature.
team.
You're the least mature, bro. You're on TikTok during our
Yeah,
set.
okay,
What
Max,
do you
Alright.
mean?
Yeah, I
Nice.
literally hear
Okay,
your.
Max
What
is
is-
the least mature. We
What
all
does
agree.
application use have to do with maturity? He literally
This
says
is
like
an important
Joe.
argument to be had here. Because Mifflin says I'm the most Zoomer caster on the team because I'm on TikTok the most. And I can't believe that.
We're just with the
No,
times.
no. There's a difference between using TikTok and like exuding TikTok energy, which
Right.
is what he is.
Yeah.
Like,
He's the exuder.
yeah.
Picks and bends we hear is TikTok.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, you're just
Yes.
TikTok
Literally
scrolling.
in the studio, we're hearing his TikTok and trying to pick some
I
up.
all
feel like
day.
you guys, you just referenced it just now as well, but just because you joke a lot doesn't make you immature.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and I'm the funniest on
See,
the team too.
Fineokay sounding like the most mature right now. Just like he's old and wise. He comes in.
Don't let him
yeah,
fool
he's
you.
like-
Yeah, don't.
Well, I just have a feeling they would say I'm immature because I joke a lot.
No, like something I'd like to draw their
Well, what are we
attention
supposed to base your maturity
Yeah.
off of?
What?
Your like serious to not serious ratio is by far the worst. On
Oh,
the
do you guys
team.
want to have that
You
discussion?
can't
No, it's
argue
not.
otherwise.
He's
I
just
wanna
never
have
Yeah,
that
maybe,
No,
but that
hold on.
doesn't make me immature.
We've had a discussion.
Maybe life
of-
is about joking around and having fun.
We've had a
That was pretty
discussion-
mature, right, guys? That was pretty mature.
That's the exact point, actually.
We've had a debate on the team recently about level of intelligence versus intelligence used to help our team. So it's how smart are you, and how much do you actually apply it to help us win? And we've unanimously decided, the five of us that aren't Alec, that Alec is
by far.
intelligent, but by far uses it
Doesn't
the
use it.
least. Like uses it the least by
Yeah.
far.
I didn't agree to that.
He just.
You just say that's true because you're the next closest.
No.
And after you two, it's
I
not
think
close.
that's a byproduct
No,
of
That
the
is
role.
my ratio.
Yes,
brain.
yes,
Yeah,
thank
no,
you.
no,
Yes,
Max has a good
Wilson.
point. Max's intelligence itself.
Yeah, I'm not
it's
that
not as
smart,
high, but he
okay.
uses what
But
he's
I'm
got.
using it.
What
Yeah,
can
I'm
I-
not got 100% usage.
What can I say to that?
I will bail him out, and he agreed.
Do.
Do you think it's a byproduct of the role he plays? You can just turn your brain on
A
and
little
so
bit.
and sometimes,
A
right?
little bit.
He can help us out too. He's so smart.
Hardcore never turns his brain off.
Go team with them.
All right, pick him up on the line.
That's right. Do you guys?
Yeah.
Does anyone live together on the team? Are you
Sam
all?
and I do.
Yeah, Max and I live together.
Is that probably for the better that you guys are separate?
They live in the same complex, though.
Got it.
Yeah, we
we live in the
the
same
three of us live in the same
Yeah.
apartment complex.
Do you see each other in person on a regular basis?
Not as much throughout the rest of
Not
the year,
really.
but lately
Recently.
a more, yeah,
That's
lately
because
more,
of the
yeah.
studio and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess that's true. You know, you three have been teamed together for what is this, the third year?
Yeah,
now?
third season, yeah.
And then Sam, you're second. Then Hurriwind, you join. But this is like the first time in 2 years
The
that
last
you guys
time,
have been like playing in
the
studio
last time we played
together,
on
right?
land
Yeah.
was against him.
Yeah.
That's
When he
kinda
wasn't
wild.
even on our
Where
team.
we literally dominated those
So,
guys.
okay, we're like,
Not me.
he says where we dominated, where we threw. It's just semantics.
Right.
Right.
But we did lose.
Throw every set you lose. Right.
And this
Not
may be a
wrong.
very specific question. The answer can be no. Is there a difference now, like playing in studio these last couple matchups? Like, does it feel different, kind of, as a team, your first time on LAN together over the last 2 years? Is that been an
Yes.
adjustment at all?
Yeah, the biggest thing for studio for me is talking about adjustments between games. I think is a lot more productive because you're all like having face-to-face dialogue. I think is just better.
Sure.
Just in general, I think it's easier to communicate and kind of be more like transparent. Whereas online, I think people tend to get like distracted maybe or like.
Or you hear
even-
TikTok in the mic. And
Yeah, you
focus.
just get distracted. It's just harder to focus. Yeah.
Sure. Nice.
I'm definitely getting some like season 6 vibes because of the weather as well. It's been really nice out.
Yeah,
Just driving
finally.
to the studio in the whip, just feeling so damn.
Windows down.
Yeah, windows down.
I thought maybe we were gonna make it 10 seconds there.
No,
It was
but
really close. Actually.
I'm being serious. I did use some
No, of course.
funny language perhaps, but it has been nice. I don't know.
Well, Georgia
Definitely
is
the
so hit or miss with a lot more misses, I think, as far as weather goes.
Yeah, it was
So
just
recently
raining
it's been
so
a lot
often
of
before.
rain.
So over the last few, since the
95
rain
and
stopped.
humid. I don't care how sunny it is. 95 and humid. That's also a miss for me.
I thought you were about to say that's the best temperature, and
Yeah.
that would have been the
The way you
weirdest
drew
take
that
I have a
ever.
little song I like to
I
sing.
think
It's like
this
a
temperature's the
3-word
best.
song, but I can't sing it right now. But just
Is
no.
one of the 3 words a bad word?
Oh yeah, of course.
Say it. F no baby.
Yeah, there you go.
Got it. Oh, about that type of weather.
Yeah.
Understood.
Nice.
Here's the thing about how 70 degrees is the ideal temperature for inside or outside.
Okay.
And it's that. That 70 degrees is the best
I agree.
temperature.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
I thought that was gonna be an.
I was hoping that would
average
be. I was hoping that would be some controversy, but
No.
No,
I'd
I
say-
think you're just
Why?
right.
I'd
I'd
say
say
low
my
to mid 70s.
I'd
is
say like
nice.
55 or 60 because then you can wear a hoodie and be
Yeah, I
pretty
agree with
comfortable.
that.
I'd rather be super cold instead of
Yeah, exactly.
super hot.
It's easier
course,
to get
yeah.
warm than it is
Yeah.
to get
Right.
cold.
Exactly.
How are the team booths?
Because you
That's
can't
just
take your skin
science.
off. What?
They got kind of hot.
They're kind of.
Yeah.
They used to be really cold, but
Yeah.
not this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't. You got to keep the
Well,
jerseys on.
when
at
you get
times
all
in
you
the
guys in the same room, what are they supposed to do?
That is a question. After the super serious team check-in that we're doing now, there are some Twitter questions, and I'll spoil one now.
Okay.
Let me find it.
So we're jumping ahead.
We are jumping ahead, but it just makes
He
sense.
wants to get it over with.
When life gives you lemons, you gotta ask.
Use them.
You zest it and maybe you juice it. Put that over some salmon that you have rested.
Or some oysters.
Yeah.
Well, I'm allergic to those.
Fried
I
calamari.
apologize for bringing it up.
Or
It's a sensitive topic.
You just eat the lemons.
Lemons are good. They're underrated.
A little bit of sugar on it.
You don't.
No,
What?
no. You
What?
don't
It already
eat
has-
lemons.
No. I juice
never just
the
sucked on a
I
lemon?
juice the lemon and
Lemons are delicious.
I'll juice the lemon and then it's not as like tart and sour. And I'll like bite a little
the best
bit of
part.
it and then I throw it out.
You're telling me you eat
What are you
lemons like
doing
an
out there?
orange?
That's really the
No,
best
no,
part.
absolutely not. No.
Like you would peel
Other
a
than the
lemon and
crust?
eat
No,
the
of
meat?
course not. No.
Yes.
No.
You guys are.
I've never seen you do it. Go get a lemon, tough
When's
guy.
the last time you see me eat anything besides
Holy.
besides maybe
Chicken,
some
rice,
Alec,
broccoli.
Alec,
some
you wouldn't
food.
happen to be from another place or built from the ground up, would you?
I'm definitely
I
human.
mean, sometimes that gameplay. Sheesh.
I
That's
do
true. Out of
have-
this world.
I do have emotions, so he is human.
Yes, quite.
We could really get into the philosophy of it if you wanted.
Please do.
No,
not
I'm saying
gonna
is
start.
lemons are very good when you eat them normally.
Okay, then do it.
I will. I
What
literally.
is this? What is
I
this
love. Do you like
challenge?
sour candy?
You don't eat them alone, do you?
That's okay.
It's like
Warhead.
sour
You have to do-
candy,
you have
but
to do
a fruit.
something to the lemon before you eat it.
No.
Surely.
You have to
Cut it.
Like put some sugar on. Like you
Cut it.
put
Yeah, you can
you
put a
put
little
sugar on a
sugar on it.
It's
grapefruit
made
or
of
something.
sugar. Why are you putting more sugar on it?
Well, it's good to roll. It's
like
good to
Gordon
roll a
Ramsay
lemon.
or
You
something.
release the juices of the
No.
lemon when
Donut.
you roll it.
It's like if you're
That's like a.
if
Is
you're
that a
using
thing?
a
That's
lemon
natural thing,
when
yeah.
you cook, you got a leftover like a lemon slice. You don't want to put in the fridge. You just eat it.
Eat it up.
Yeah. No, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, it's just,
I can't believe you guys don't do that. I think it's weird.
I know.
I think that's got to be bad for your teeth.
whole
I wonder
lemon.
what
If
other
I'm
things
using
you guys
lemon-
don't do,
If I'm
but
using
think-
lemon while
I haven't
I'm
looked it up,
cooking,
so-
I'll finish it.
How can I know?
Do you say that's the lemon law? That's not what that means, right? That's a car thing.
I have never heard of it.
The lemon
You're
law?
kidding.
No, what's the lemon law?
Hopefully this is not a bad thing.
No, it's not. It's like
It is a car thing,
it's like a
right?
legal thing.
Tyler's an engineer, so.
Okay.
New vehicles with serious defects or malfunctions. There's something about being able to turn them in or trade them in or something.
A lemon is like
via
a
the lemon law.
malfunctioning car or like a really low quality car.
What? That's
Thank
the
God for
worst
that,
name of a
because-
law ever. Like
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
that makes no sense.
Someone is
although,
googling
like,
that
It's
right
got
now.
it's got
and
nothing to do with
nitpicking me.
lemons.
Well,
It
Mike,
has nothing to do with lemons.
Life gives you lemons. You turn it in for money.
Okay.
Via the
For
Like a
another
lemonade
lemon law.
stand.
Another reference.
Exactly.
I was gonna say, prop it off capitalism. Life gives you get handed lemons.
We could have a discussion about capitalism. I don't know.
We
That's
really-
up to you guys. Look,
we
the
really
real point of
don't
this
have
interview
to.
is to get a feel for the personality.
Sounds like
of
a
the
lot
Jade
of
Dragons.
This
Drowning
started
capital.
with going forward to the Q&A.
Oh right.
I was thinking that too. I'm like,
Who's running this thing?
I don't know, man. I'm along for the ride here.
With lemons.
You're just a puppet on some strings.
people are gonna tune
Right?
into the
And
like.
you're the one control. We've established that you're the
No,
one on this team
absolutely
controlling
not.
everything. Is how serious is Kabam with you guys? Because I feel like it takes a serious taskmaster of a coach to crack down on this.
Okay,
You know what's funny
He
is
definitely has a hard time.
yeah.
Okay,
tough job.
It depends where we are, because
Sure.
like if we're scrimming.
Physically?
No, just like in terms of like
mentally.
what stage of like the team we are. Like if we're practicing, if we're scrimming, either we're all like really serious or it's derailed like almost instantaneously, and you're not getting that back.
Yeah, I don't get that read from you guys.
Yeah, you wouldn't get that back. But if we're doing prep, I feel like it's normally like me or Kabam trying to get people to like focus up. And normally like Sam's really good at like paying attention when he wants to.
Yep.
And then the rest of them are just kind of useless.
Got it.
Yeah.
So Kabam has a difficult time, but every once in a while.
Yeah, Kabam's a serious person relative to us, but he likes to joke around, you know?
Sure. Well, you have to, right?
Yeah, he just
When
wouldn't-
life
it
gives
wouldn't
you
make sense.
No.
Is this a team? This was a term that I adopted from the Bolts. Mandatory fun time.
Oh.
Wait,
No, I'm
I
not
would
about
never,
What is
I
that?
would never say that. in my life.
Well, not the term itself, but the idea.
Yeah, the idea.
Forced gatherings of the team
Yeah.
to go out and have fun.
Oh.
together.
Oh, that like that.
Oh.
That actually does make sense.
Forced is a bit of an aggressive word.
No, like
Gathering the team to go out and do fun stuff together. Is that a
we don't really do that. I think it makes sense though.
More recently, we probably will just like being
More
in.
recently, we probably will.
Yeah, you got it. More recently, we have, and in the future, we probably will, just from having games
Semantics.
in this. Yeah, exactly. Language is about communication. We understood where
Exactly.
I was going.
I understood.
Anything you said. but okay.
Yeah, that's because you're on TikTok. Just go back to your phone. Okay, so anyways, you seen what had happened
For us
was
adults.
I was talking. What was that? No, now that we're in studio, it's just easier to like, hey, do you guys want to, hang out and have breakfast before, or maybe like, Friday after our Bolt set, we like went and had dinner or just hung out. It's just there's more time to interact.
right? I
We
guess
did
it's-
have a board game night once at Alex, and
What'd you play?
what was it? I don't know. Tyler, do you remember what they were called?
There was one game. I don't know what one of them was
You-
called.
I
Feels
wasn't.
like you're setting him
I
up
wasn't
like it's a
invited.
bad name.
No, I just wasn't invited yet.
He literally was
I didn't-
invited.
Tyler was like, I'm gonna
He
go, I
didn't show
can't
up.
wait.
He
And
didn't
then he's
show
like,
up.
oh,
And
guys.
I quote, was it like 30 minutes before you put a snake emoji in the
Yep.
Twitter group chat?
Yep.
And then never showed up.
Well, you got to cut
we
the
just, like,
grass.
drop
Listen, you
the
got
bomb
4
and then-
people that
Yeah.
all agreed on some fake story together, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Let me.
Who are you gonna believe?
Because the game we played was really fun.
There's
Yeah.
2. One wasn't as fun.
Yeah, one
The
was
drawing
fun,
one was
but the
really
drawing
good.
one was really fun.
Yeah,
It's
it
called
was.
Telestrations. I think?
Telestrations is a lot of fun.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
what it was.
Oh, I saw that picture. We can't. Surely
No.
you played the After Dark
No,
version.
me,
Then we
me
can't.
and, dude, Sam and I. Okay, it was
Yeah.
Sam, me, Alec, like on the table.
Yeah, right. In a
That's
row.
a
Yeah,
that's a hard-hitting combo.
Anytime I passed it to Sam or Sam passed it to me, it was instant connection. We
all
knew
day.
what was happening. Alec was a bit of a wild card, He didn't really know what was going on inside
I think
that
it's
head.
because I was drawing too well, right? That's what you guys were saying.
No one was saying that.
Oh, okay.
Right.
There's gonna be another like event.
The worst
right?
draw
I'll
is
be invited to that
definitely
one.
you're
Yeah,
gonna-
yeah,
it doesn't
Not
matter.
great. I was next to Kamam too, right?
Yeah.
Kamam and I had a pretty good connection too.
Yeah, for sure.
The thing is, Bria can
Not great drawings. Yeah, Bria actually
Can
drew.
draw
Bria's
really
a good
well.
artist, yeah.
So when she gave it to somebody, you'd be like, oh, okay.
Well, clearly.
But then the next person, who was the next person? I don't
It
remember.
was
who
Max. It was.
Oh,
Kabam,
yeah,
Bria,
yeah.
Max.
yeah.
And that, so it went from like, we're up
Right,
at the top of the
top
mountain.
tier. I get it.
No, because I usually have to guess what you drew, so it wasn't bad.
Oh, so
I
you
would
always
guess and
had
then
it.
I'd pass it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually true, huh?
Well, it's funny in that game because you can really
everyone's
feel
ganging up on me here, huh?
right where the game, like right where the round kind of derails,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
every
yeah.
single time. It's like there's one block of people, and like, that's where the word totally goes off.
It was
Sometimes
definitely,
you lose it
Max
sometimes.
Alec was the combo that would derail it.
Right.
And it normally wasn't either person's fault directly, it was just a misunderstanding.
Yeah,
I had some
sometimes.
decent drawings, though. You should have seen.
Sure.
No, most people did, except for
A lot of
Sam,
hats,
but
right?
it didn't matter.
Yeah, I always
You
put a
did
hat on.
always
them.
put a hat.
Oh, is that
That was
like
yeah,
the requirement?
yeah,
every
yeah,
time?
everybody had to have a
Well, they
hat.
just look nicer that way.
Of course.
But not like a baseball cap, like a.
This is a top hat.
Like a chef
top
hat.
When I love this in the context of Telestrations After Dark, so I imagine there were some horrific
Yes,
drawings that just had
it
top
was.
hats on them.
Yeah.
This is a bit of a dead-end question because you probably can't tell me what they were. Did anyone require explanations for any of the words that were pulled out in that game? Do we remember if anyone like just didn't,
they didn't know what it meant?
right? What thing? I think the one that was on Twitter was you, right?
I drew something and Alec just had no idea what it meant, or I think it was like one word and he interpreted it another way or something.
Was it the chicken one?
I don't remember.
That's the one that's on Twitter, and you're like dying laughing.
The
and,
chicken one.
Oh,
yeah,
chicken.
yeah.
I don't
perhaps.
remember at all.
I was crying laughing for that.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
so good.
I mean, I knew what that meant. There was some that we didn't know. There was a lot of because the way we were doing it is we were just allowing you to choose.
You could just choose, so if you didn't know, you just kind of.
Because we didn't
Got
force
it.
people to draw
Yeah,
stuff
you
they
don't-
didn't know.
Because
then-
there's a way to keep score in that game, and I
No,
We were just doing it for
Yeah,
fun.
just play for fun, yeah.
but
Everything doesn't have to
Okay.
be competitive,
think
that's
it
what
won't.
I've learned.
that's right. Every once in a while, you got to kick back and.
Yeah.
What's the all right? I'll pull off of that. As a team, we're gonna reroute this in Smite because we have
Yeah.
to every once in a while before we
Smart.
skew off every once in a while.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10,
And
when it's like a
what's 10?
10 is like the most competitive person you've ever met in your entire life.
Okay.
1 is I couldn't care less about this game. When it really comes down to grind time, like we sit around here and we joke and then we laugh.
Dude,
and you guys
really?
clearly have a lot of fun together. Is this a team that can? Do you dial it up to 10? When,
1, 10.
I'm definitely a 10.
Just kidding. No.
Okay.
give me 2 at least.
Come on,
When
I care a little
when
bit.
things matter, we can dial it
Yeah,
up.
everyone's like a A+
That's good.
probably.
I do think it does matter, and it is
Max
important.
keeps
as a team.
threatening a 10.
Yeah.
He's saving it for Worlds.
Well, that's
I
scary.
just don't need to use it right now.
That's right. Well, you said you were going to be Hoodie PandaCat in an interview that I did with you.
Hoodie
recently.
P, I think.
Hoodie P.
Hoodie P.
Yeah.
Where do you land on the PCat spectrum? Do you like it? Do you hate it?
What does that mean?
Like
Your
being
name.
called PCat instead of PandaCat. What do we?
Oh, I don't know. I don't mind it or anything. I kind of just prefer to be called Max.
Oh, really?
Maxine.
Yeah, I don't-
Even over your tag?
Maxime.
Yeah, gamer tags can be really cringe, you know? Or
Yeah.
like just like hard to say on
Especially
public.
Any come to mind was like super cringy gamer tags?
Yeah, like you ever been to the supermarket and you're like, yo, Deathwalker, come over here. Or like,
I was setting you up to rag
that's a
on your teammates there.
I mean, PolarBearMike's like a little
Our names are
awful.
not great.
It's awful, man.
I mean, what's
Yeah, but at least
when-
there's
None
the
of our
name is
names
in
are
the,
great.
the
Yeah, at
name.
least it's like Mike. It's not just like something like real.
Like San
weird.
Francisco.
Mine's
Yeah.
pretty bad, but you can shorten at least
You
just
just
to
say
Sam.
Sam.
Ready to say Sam.
You can
People
call
say
him
Hurry
Fine,
for me, so
Hurry.
it doesn't feel as bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not that bad. Honestly, we don't have like names that are that bad to say.
You guys might have the highest percentage of names that we just say your real names when you guys are playing the game.
Yeah, we have to.
Well,
yeah.
Both of them have their real name in
Yeah.
it, so it's pretty
Yeah.
easy.
You gotta.
Close enough. Either way.
I don't want to hear PolarBearMike. That just makes me want to
Yeah,
gag.
exactly.
Yeah.
Too late for a brand change.
I tried, dude. Season 2, I tried like in season 2 regionals. I was like, "Yo, Hindu, can I please?" I think I asked Bard. I asked Hindu. I'm like, "Can I please change my name to just PBM?"
Yeah.
And because people came up to me, they brought the idea up to me. They're like, "Oh, there's these players in other esports. They have like these like 2-3 letter names. They're
Oh, yeah.
sick or whatever."
They're clean.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
clean,
they
and
are.
they're like, "Oh yeah, you have to have 4 characters." I'm like, "Why?" They're like, "Oh well, the system it only takes 4 characters." I'm like, "Okay, well you can't change it to 3." They're like, "No, it's 4." And I'm like, "Is there a reason for it to be 4?" They're like, "No."
Yeah.
But
Just
I-
add an extra M.
on
like,
that
like
note, I
stream.
promise that if we win Worlds, my name can be Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just Sam, and then like just Sam 4 maybe.
No,
if you
just
need to
Sam.
hit, if you need to hit the
Just
4
Sam.
letter
No,
threshold.
I've been given the permission for the three
What if you did
characters
it-
if
you
we
break
win
the
Worlds.
Well, that does make sense.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hear 'em
I jumped
out.
A little bit. PBEEM, and then you rebrand to be like a bee.
I'd rather be a bear than a bee. I'd rather be a bear than a
But
bee
then
all
people
day.
can call you PBM.
Bro, bears would demolish bees.
I
They're
don't
in the
know
wild.
if that's
How
factually
would a-
true.
How,
need
how,
their
how
honey.
many
Bear
bees
even
do you
get
think it
to a
takes
bee?
to overwhelm one bear?
Bro, a bear's taking
There's
that
a
honey
lot
all
of
day.
bees, but
Is it
the thing
allergic?
is like,
If so, 1.
I don't know.
Why
they
would
need
they
their
ever
honey, right?
even encounter each other in
Yeah.
combat?
they don't.
Bees just fly.
They're natural enemies.
You think they are?
What?
Well, the bears want their
Yeah.
honey, and the
Oh,
bees
yeah,
are like, no.
The bears.
Someone is smart
Get away,
around here.
man.
Please, no.
Please, that's
That's
mine.
mine.
But I don't know if in any sort of media I've ever seen a bear lose a fight to, like, they're always just got their heads in the
That's just the
beehives,
narrative
right?
they
Like,
want you to see.
it's media telling me that.
That's
They
Big
don't show
Bear.
the true story.
That's Big Bear. It's propaganda.
This is good. I feel like
Big Bear
this is
TV.
great. I love getting your personality a little bit because I feel like I can go to you guys with these hard-hitting questions
Yep.
and you'll find a way to the answers.
Okay.
Serious answers too.
It's Mifflin, 100 Mifflins versus one
Dude.
gorilla is the
We've been
usual
over this.
argument. Have you guys already been over it on camera? If
I
so,
don't
we don't
know.
have
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
It's 100 Mifflins by a
yeah.
mile.
By a mile?
It's
Not
not
even
even
close.
close.
Yeah.
It's not even
You could go down to like 50 Mifflins
Yes.
and they're taking
yes,
it out.
it wouldn't
All,
be
okay,
close.
listen.
I swear 30 Mifflins might be
Yes.
Dude,
Yeah,
all
like-
you have to do is you need
I'll
a
take
few.
3.
Okay, I think Mifflin would just take it.
Why don't we just switch it around? How many gorillas for one Mifflin?
We need 100 gorillas to stand a chance.
I would
All
love
you
to see
need is
that
a
on
few
camera.
Mifflins to just sacrifice and just gouge the gorilla's eyes.
That
and
was a
that's
question
it.
we had.
That's
is,
it.
But
do the
then
Mifflins have any emotion?
That's the question. Do you think you can convince Mifflins?
You're in fight
It's
or
life
flight.
or death.
You're
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
You don't have any other.
Maybe you
The
throw a couple
gorilla
away because you're afraid. Then you're like, guys, we got to buckle down.
Always take the Mifflins. Always take the gorilla, even when the Mifflins have no emotion. That's what I don't understand. They're relentless.
I do think there is a portion of the answer base just to spite Mifflin say that it's always a gorilla, right? I mean, because you like messing with Miff, and so I think there is a non-zero portion of the answers that say gorilla just to mess with Miff a little bit.
I just think
I
that's
think a lot of
little
people actually
unfair.
think that. I think
Sure.
there's a lot of people. I mean, there's some crazy animals out there, like I don't know, like a grizzly bear, for example, like
Polar bears.
or a polar bear. Like a polar bear, I don't know if 100
Yeah.
Mifflins could take a polar bear, but
Yeah,
Or you on Coca-Cola
100
too.
But-
Mifflins? Yes.
but some people.
that's another beast.
You're
Okay,
so dumb.
but some people act like
Sure.
animals are like these indestructible like
Yeah, I know.
gods,
Right? Do you think
and
you
they're
guys,
not.
They're clearly not.
I can't do it.
If there were an animal that would be as close to indestructible, it might be the dragons, right? If there were a dragon,
If there were a dragon,
They're extinct
probably.
now, though.
Right.
right?
So,
when they
I've
were
seen a
on
few
Earth,
documentaries
By
that
definition,
prove otherwise.
when they were on Earth.
they are not.
Well, like
Dragons.
99% of the Earth is undiscovered or untraveled, right? So it could be
That's a true statistic.
When it says underwater, it's
Not-
underwater dragons. You got-
exactly
Look that up. They could be in
Underwater
some
fire
crevices,
dragons.
Maybe some caves.
You say
somewhere.
crevices.
like the Marinara Trench,
Quebec.
right?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I put on my pizza.
Do you think you guys got the coolest team logo? Team is it a logo?
Team
I guess
logo, maybe
mascot is
not.
the word.
Nah.
I don't know. I like
fine.
ours.
It's
I
fine.
really wanted. I like a lot of the team branding. I like pink in general, so I thought this would be a little bit more pink in it, like green pink sort of deal. But
Yeah.
you know, it's okay.
The purple
It's
is
not bad.
definitely.
I think the
A
Kings.
little
I like
less
purp-
A50B5E. A little
Yeah. Purple is my favorite color though, so
Yeah,
it works for me.
I think the King's colors are maybe
I do
good,
like the
but
Kings too.
like
I
the
think
King
the
as a
Valkyries
mascot.
I like the
logo
Valkyries.
Is the best.
I
like the Warriors color scheme the most.
we did like a
Really?
I'm not
Yeah.
that big of a fan of the Warriors personally.
It's just sleek.
I like the
Black
Valkyries
and red.
logo.
I like the
Valkyrie
That's what I
logo
said,
is cool.
yeah. When we
I like
we
the
did like
blue.
a poll around
Yeah.
of all of us to like
Right.
see which we like wanted the most. I had Valkyries at number 2 because I thought it was a wild card, and I think it looks nice.
Who'd you say was one? The Warriors?
No, I think I put Dragons then Valkyries. And then,
Dragons is a safe. It's
yeah,
safe.
Yeah.
Dragons
well, it
was
fits you
the,
guys
Dra-
well,
dragons
right?
are the
When
coolest,
You're fierce
like-
on the battleground.
Yeah.
Of course.
The
That's us.
mascot, I think dragons are the coolest. Like,
Right.
A
That's what fits
dragon
us out of game because we all spit hot fire on the beats.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I heard that
Oh
singing a
my
minute
God.
ago. You're not kidding.
Exactly. Well, people saying I look like Little Dicky with my hair, so
That's not a bad thing to be told.
Yeah.
yeah.
We do like
That
this.
guy
Put
owns,
something
yeah, that
like
guy
that.
owns.
He's very talented, but I
Yeah.
have
Do
not
you watch
really-
his show? I didn't watch.
I never
that
watched it.
show.
I've seen
Yeah.
clips of it, and I've seen
Sam and
some
I are
of
in
the
the middle of
songs from
watching
it,
season 2 right now. We
Yeah.
watched season 1 last year.
Yeah.
but it's supposed to be pretty good, right?
Pretty
I
good
heard
show.
it was really
I like
good.
it.
A lot of people say
Yeah, I
that.
like it.
It
Are you
makes
guys
you
a
laugh.
Ted Lasso team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I want
That's
that.
also
Have
a
you
very
not-
good
I haven't
show.
watched it because it's on stupid Apple.
Yeah, it's on Apple. It's such a
Yeah.
random.
Plus minus
It's
whatever.
Apple
like,
TV.
There's really a different. Yeah, no, but there's a different streaming
Apple
service
Plus
for every.
service.
It's just
Yeah.
becoming
thing.
television channels all over again. They're trying
Yeah.
to suck you back into it.
I saw something.
and I say no.
I saw something the other day.
I'm
that was
falling
like,
for it.
Oh, this
You
new
sort of won't allow
technology.
that.
This new technology where you can subscribe to, or you can like be able to browse all these different radio channels, and you can like listen to specific channels that you want to listen to in real time. And it's just funny because that's literally just radio,
That's just radio.
like 60 years ago.
When did
They're
that
literally
change?
just repackaging it.
Yes,
Just
They're like,
exactly.
oh,
It's like a
sweet.
cycle.
Let me get some of that.
Well, I bring it up because I think Mike's mustache, some people think, gave off Ted Lasso vibes.
Yeah, I could see that.
I didn't even notice your mustache. That's
Thank you.
nice. That's great, Mike.
I hate Hurriwind so much.
You really didn't notice it?
Not until you brought it up. It's good.
It's the slight side eye that he gives right before he says
That's what I'm
it. That's what
talking about.
you brought it up
He raises his
earlier.
eyebrow as well. So he's like,
What?
What are these guys talking about?
I haven't noticed that either.
What's the verdict on Mike's mustache?
I like it.
Good.
I like it.
I like it.
I love mustaches.
I think now that the rest of his facial hair is growing
Outdoes.
back into it, it looks real
Really?
nice.
I think
does.
there's something to be said for scruff plus mustache.
Yes.
You're starting to get to that point, Mike.
You thinking that's good or bad?
No, great.
Well, there's something
Great.
to be said for sure.
There's,
Whether it's
don't
good
know
or
what
bad.
it
I agree with
is.
that,
I couldn't tell you what it is, but certainly.
Yeah, sometimes you forget to adjust the blade height on your razor, and you go straight up the middle to the skin and point of no return.
Yeah, see, I training wheeled myself. I have one that has like the actual clips you put on the top, and there's no way I messed that up.
Yeah.
Except I did once. I didn't read it right, and I went way too short. So
You said there's no way.
But
Then you
there
said
was.
there
You don't
was
need
a
to
way.
call him out for that.
No, I mean he's right.
It's a lower chance, though.
Yeah.
No way is
I mean,
like a
no
figure
way
of
was
speech.
really setting the stage for just how inept I am with,
Oh,
with
okay.
my
But
beard
you've
trim.
learned now.
I haven't done it since.
Yeah, so.
And there's
No way.
way.
No
it happens again. Absolutely no chance. All right, let's root it into a couple Smite questions here as we round out,
Yeah.
and then we can get off track again. But let's at least start on a Smite question, and then let it go where it will.
Yeah.
Do you guys give any credence to the Jade Dragons are only an early game team?
We've been the opposite this
Don't
year
get
a
Alex
lot.
started.
I think it's true.
You
We
think it's
can't.
true?
Yeah,
Yeah.
his team can't play without
Usually,
getting ahead.
it's
He
the
knows it.
opposite where we don't think it's true, but it's just true.
What do you think the correct way of framing that is?
What do you like?
In
I
the
think,
sense that,
I think
like-
we're bad at not.
We can only play off pressure.
I think we're the. I first picked Geb. I first picked Geb.
Did we get ahead?
And what did you do with that?
No, we didn't get ahead.
You exerted dominance early in the game.
We got ahead, dude.
No.
I think it's just.
Because I had pressure.
I think only is where that phrase. I think
There-
where
yeah.
that phrase.
Over the
loses.
past
an
year, we've had a
obvious
ton.
answer.
Like most of our games have been either we're picking late game comps and just winning early, perhaps, or we're actually like coming back in games, or it's just going late and we're winning a lot of them. But I will say that it's such a weird thing to like even say something like that because the game starts at
right.
pre-0 minutes.
You start in the early.
And you want to start winning the game as soon as possible.
If you play the game perfectly, right,
Yeah.
from
but-
ahead,
In
Yeah.
my opinion, by
it
far,
would just be better to
Exactly.
by
You'd
far
always
the
wanna
most
be-
early game team this year has been Bolts. Like it's
Yeah,
not,
yeah,
it's not
exactly,
even
yeah.
close. Like
Yeah.
of the whole league, by
fact,
far.
in
I'd say
season-
Scarabs are second, honestly.
In Split 1, when we played them in the finals, I think they got a lead on us like every single game.
Sure.
yeah.
And then we came back and won. So
Yeah, I think this year Bolts and Scarabs have been the two like most pressure teams. Like,
Yeah.
Bobby was the only support still playing like Herc and stuff. Like,
yeah. So it's just, I mean, and like I said, a lot of the times we're not even picking for the early game. We're just trying to play a little bit more early game because we want to win the game.
I think Miff phrases it pretty well, and well, you literally just said it, where it's like that's the only part of the game you're guaranteed to play every single time,
Yeah.
and so if you're able to play that part of the game well.
If you look at the other MOBAs as well, they're way more like all in, like all the top teams, and like you keep up with them, they always like have all the early game like top pressure picks like in contention, like locked in constantly. Like in Dota, it's a way worse.
I mean,
in my opinion.
MOBAs just work that way. Like you can't just have a gentleman's agreement. Like if one team tries to beat you, if one team tries to beat you early and you ignore it completely, you're gonna lose early.
Right.
Like that's
We
just
did.
how it's how the game works.
We literally lost to the Leviathan. team.
Yeah, literally what
Game
happened
three.
in our game
Yeah, we
three.
literally lost game three.
Yeah,
Yeah, people are like, you're just giving everything up, and it's like,
we had one bad.
What do
fight,
you
the
want
game's
us to
over.
do?
Yeah, you have one bad fight, the game's over. If you
we have
That's
no
how it goes.
vision. They got a big lead early, and they choke us out because they're a good team and they know how to do that, and we give them the opportunity.
Yep.
That's how the game works.
Yeah, I agree. I think the only is where that. I mean, you're clearly
Yeah.
good in the early game, but
I think maybe
If you
people
can't
could
play
have
the
said
early
that
game, you're not.
the
to
past
be fair,
years.
to be fair, I
Although
don't, I don't
last
think
year
that's
we
something
won-
people are saying. It's just
Last year we
a
won
talking
literally
point.
everything besides the finals.
Last year was different. Like games would just. I mean, it wasn't like just our lane, but our lane was really exploitable. and we would just win the map in like 2 minutes
Yeah,
because
yeah.
people didn't know how to like contest us, and we would just kill them. And then we just have Sam and Ben come over, and the game, you just weren't, you could have not loaded in, just
Exactly.
kick your feet
I didn't
up.
want to.
Yeah, I didn't want to be here.
It's the real question should be, what's the correct way to play the game?
Sure.
And
Wow.
if you think the correct way to play the game is to win the game when you get into the game,
Well, you
So
shut
then-
down any possible counter argument.
exactly.
So then, yeah, we only play early game.
well, you just
That's what you're saying.
well, you're right. We do stop trying after 20 minutes.
I
So
feel like I
this
would
whole
just get
argument
bored
just
if I
come back
sat
to
around
same
and did
thing,
nothing
right?
in the
Yeah,
early
I
game.
was just right from the beginning.
I guess with that being said, and you guys maybe hinted at it, do you feel like with the couple of changes that have happened in the roster over the last couple of years, do you think the play style has changed with this team? Do you think there was a point where it was all or nothing early, and now you feel more comfortable with this roster in every facet of the game? Do you think the mindset or the play style around Smite, even with this roster from the start of Season 8 with a lot of changes, do you think over the year you guys have changed your play style at all?
I feel like multiple times we have a
Yeah,
little bit.
probably.
Maybe.
I mean,
think season 6 we like kind of were forced to play more early game-esque style, but like that's because Kenny wasn't like great at mages, so you kind of had to like beat the mage in 10 minutes.
Well, I mean,
or
that
else
was
you're not
the-
gonna have a lot of fun.
That was the invade speed too, so
and
yeah,
yeah, that
you're
was
inherently
invading as well. So like you just
Yeah.
have to play.
basing
for
a lot
that.
off early game.
After that, I don't know. I think we just adjust like pretty quickly to like whatever
Yeah.
needs to be done. We
Oh, no,
just try to do it as
This
well.
has
as
been a
we
big
can.
year of adjustments. There have been some big changes.
Yeah.
this year I think
Yeah.
the most frustrating thing has been just like, I feel like there's more items than ever that just like kind of win the map. Like mannequins, I think is
Yep.
the best example.
Yeah.
Like somebody buys mannequins, they don't even have to play the game well. They can just kind of solo the map. So like before Bumba's being buffed, you just kind of like you're just behind. You're just like kind of choosing to be behind, and it felt bad. Now I think the balance is a little bit better. It happened in other roles too. Like
Sure.
for example, in Soul Lane in the first phase, like if you didn't buy Bluestone, you were just losing the lane like
Yep.
by a mile. So you would just
Yeah.
see Arthur Kakal in every game. So I think the balance of starter items has kind of made it feel that way a little
Right.
bit, where you like constantly have to adjust, and it's like you don't really get a choice to not do that if you want to, you know, be
Be in a
competitive.
spot to
yeah,
win.
Right.
yeah.
I think maybe our style, is just even regardless of the items or the meta, has maybe adjusted a little bit as well, just for like how our past 2 years have gone,
Mhm.
and like how our practice especially is, and like maybe not F6ing as much and getting more like late
Sure.
game practice and stuff when we're behind a lot. Even though like most teams, if they get like big leads, should be able to close
Right.
it out, you know.
Right.
But yeah, I think I especially like enjoy practicing more late game and trying to come back in scrims and really trying hard for that.
Do you think that, and you know, this is, I've been around Smite for only a couple of years now. Has Season 8 been one of the heftiest, like constantly in flux seasons of Smite? I mean, going all the way back, you know, 6 I was on Paladin, so I was around Smite. 7, of course, I was here. 8, I've been here. For me, 8, in my own personal context, has been the most shifting I've seen kind of happen meta-wise with the starter item changes.
I just think
things like that.
taking off boots is just like one of the biggest changes in general that the
Right.
game's had. So inherently, probably from that.
I think.
I kind of think it's been the least.
Really?
For my role, at least, yeah, by far the least changes. Like
I think.
I've had the same like until recently, the same gods have been the best for like 7 months.
And you know what it is? It's the starts as well, because the starts have been the same all year.
Yeah, exactly.
And like in other years,
Mhm.
because
That's
you could
true.
always invade around Worlds or around like important tournaments, there'd be these different starts that start coming around, and then like teams would have to adjust to that meta.
Right.
And if the starts change and like teams don't know how to adjust that, they have to change their picks, and like a lot of stuff would change with that. So I think this year it's actually, I kind of agree with Mike. It's been a little bit less just because of that.
Right.
Yeah, I
You
think
literally
the
know
tank
where
roles
everybody's.
for sure have been.
Yeah,
My
'cause
role
you know where
changed a lot
everybody
this
is.
year.
Yeah.
Carry rolls change every.
My role
patch.
changed a
Yeah.
lot because there's just a lot of new good mid characters added. So
Yeah.
it was like I'm playing T-Mat every game. I'm playing Morgana every game. Just like while they're getting like constantly changed every patch and stuff as well. So
Yeah.
there's so many in Persephone as well. So there's just a lot of changes around like
Right.
the top mid pick. So my start, and usually mid starts are pretty static anyway. So that doesn't really change about my role. Like for the most part, I'm like tagging a buff and going mid.
Right.
So my role has felt pretty dynamic, but I think I agree with the tank rules have had pretty
Sam, I feel like Jungle's had a bit of whiplash this year. I mean,
Yeah,
the,
I think
the
just the
back
way
and
the
forth of the
starters
role.
have changed. Like at the beginning of the year, Bum was like pretty dominant. The mannequins made the starters just kind of changed the way that the gods played, or
Right.
the gods that were played. You know, so that on top of like Boots change made a decent bit, but like there's those changes, but I guess it's just less than like what Alec and Mike were saying with like starts and stuff.
Right.
Those
There
are a lot
are-
of times what changes. But
There are map changes this year.
yeah,
so
some of the
That's
maps
true.
are.
Yeah,
Map
that is
changes.
true. Yeah.
and there's gonna be like another map change before
The vines.
What was the first
Jong
thing?
was so broken with the vines.
That's true. Jorm and like Fafnir and Azul and
Oh,
Jong.
that's why we
Isn't
prioritize.
Don't,
Nice.
don't
so
forget
hard.
about like Poseidon and
Soul.
Soul kind of building up their passive.
Exactly.
True.
Oh, yeah,
Kakolin
follow.
getting his rage from it.
Mm.
If you started the game and got those vines, that's like 7 or 9 rage you could have gotten.
What was the
That adds
first?
up.
That's more than nothing.
Yeah, that adds up real fast.
What was the first map thing that was added?
I think they just
It was
at the
just
beginning of
it
the year
was,
was
yeah,
just the whole.
It was just new map, then vines, then
Oh,
now
okay.
it was like Draugr and stuff.
Draugr, yeah, there's lane,
Oh, yeah.
minions.
Draugur's
vines,
Draugur's been
things like
cool.
New.
Yeah, I like Draugr a lot actually.
How impactful is Draugr?
Harpies.
Like, do you? I guess because we only really notice it and call it out like if it's picked up like prior to a siege or something. Like,
Draugr?
I
It
think-
doesn't really change
I,
much.
I actually bet you it makes a bigger impact than you think, but nobody's like looking
Yeah.
for it because it's not a big enough objective where you're like contesting it. Like maybe the ADCs or if the supports
Right.
are there, you'll like 2v2, and if you have pressure, we'll like go do
Yeah.
it. But you're not like, can we dive this tower? No, they have Draugr.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you don't do that. But there's probably plenty of times where you've actually died to a tower shot
Yeah.
or something because they did have
Yeah.
Draugr.
Just-
The biggest impact is
It
the
doesn't
global
change
goal
your
and
decision
everything.
of
Yeah,
like
it's
to
just-
I guess
siege or not.
yeah.
that's the ultimate question.
So
Yeah.
as
It's
far
just
as
one
I'm
of those
concerned,
effects
it
you
doesn't
can't
matter. It's like
gauge
primal
too much.
fury.
Yeah, it's like attack speed reduction. And when you're like diving somebody, they probably feel really annoyed by the attack speed reduction. But when you're just like sitting there hitting them, you're not like, oh my god, this like no wonder I bought this.
Right.
This thing's popping off. Unless
Right.
they're like, I don't know.
Unless you have Midgardia mail, you can really see
Yeah,
them
and
slowing
Redstone.
down.
and
Yeah,
they
you
have-
see them slowing
and They
down.
have Jotun's Transcendence, no attack speed, and their base attack
and
speed.
they're
is
two
reduced.
hunters with no stems.
Yeah. In that scenario,
You can see that they're just not attacking.
Yeah, that was a bit of an off-kilter question. I got one more for you guys, and then we got to go to Q&A, and I can finally reveal that question that I hinted at earlier, and
Dang.
I didn't spoil something.
I've really
Lord.
just been
Um,
itching for it.
in game or out of game, do you guys have any kind of favorite moments so far of Season 8 that have come to mind, either as a team or as an individual human? Anything come to mind as some favorite moments of the year so far?
Winning playoffs was nice, I guess.
Yeah.
That was a good moment. Although it would have been better if it was in person.
Mm-hmm.
The online lands all kind of suck to win.
Sure.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's why we didn't win the second one.
Well, they're still better to win than lose,
No, of course.
but they
Well.
just suck worse than playing in person.
I don't remember anything.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
don't
It is a lot
I'd
of
say
fun
playing,
stuff happening.
playing in
so.
studio this past weekend, even though we lost
Yeah, I was
one, I
gonna
didn't
say
even.
that.
I mean, I wanted to win, but just
Of course.
playing
Didn't
both
look like
sets
it.
and
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
that was pretty nice.
Yeah.
And like I said, the weather was really nice. I don't know if you guys remember that.
That was your
You
favorite.
did
game?
say windows
whip.
down.
Yeah, you were. It was something about you were whipping
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
car.
You were
or
whipping
something.
and nay-naying.
Sounded
Sounds
illegal, whatever it
dangerous,
was.
Yeah,
but,
I wouldn't do that.
either of you two, any thoughts? Same thing the other dudes have said?
It
Yeah.
all starts to blend together.
You're having so many good moments. They're all great.
Nah, I mean, I hadn't won like a tournament before
That's
this
true.
year, which is sad to say, but
No.
no, thank
Oh
you.
well.
You're welcome.
So that was nice. And yeah, playing in studio feels like it's been forever. So that was cool
Yep.
too.
We also like we've done a few like SPL group things.
Yeah.
Like we went to the park one day and that was pretty fun. And we also like hung out and had like a party at the King's house pretty recently.
Right.
And that's pretty nice because we kind of like don't really know any other people other than Smite people around Georgia.
Right.
So it's like we move here and like you want to be able to hang out with people.
Especially
Obviously,
over the last, like year and a half.
Yeah,
It's been,
exactly.
been a weird couple of years for people, so being able
Yeah.
to. I mean, it's been interesting for me. I worked with all you guys last year, and literally never met anyone. We were all
Yeah,
online,
yeah.
and then I ran into some
The
people.
Leviathans was the first time we'd ever seen them in studio,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah, but we played them at Worlds.
Worlds, yeah. World
Right.
Season 6, but yeah.
More in studio matches to come, and more success for the Jade Dragons, I'm sure. That was the Jade Dragons team check-in. We talked about nothing but Smite the entire time. Thanks for
You
tuning
know
in,
it.
chat, and follow all these guys on Twitter. I'm sure it'll be somewhere on this video. Thanks for watching.